doing 3, 2, 1 action. My director. Beautiful people, welcome back to our series. But this today's series, first off, if you can hear it in my voice, I'm down with a flu. I just fully cannot explain how we got it, but I'm just down with the flu. Okay, let me see. I have two receipts because I went to two different stores. $173. No, let's rewind that. 3 half full bags and $173 later. Let's unpack all the things I got from the African store. Why I tell you guys some of the horrible things we were told, or the horrible things that people said to us when we were still waiting. If you catch your sob in any of these things I said, I'm sorry, but you said it to me. Duh. First of all, before we even go, let's do this thing. We got meat, 10 pounds of beef. This is it for $90. There's this place where I usually go and get it. That one is in Toronto. They sell for $85. I be 87. The difference is $3, but this one is just like 10 minutes away from my house. So we got it. I wanted to see, like, compare, and I feel like it's not bad. I'm going to share them into the Ziploc and then store in the fridge at the freezer. So this is $90. I got this Zobo drink. If you know, we know I like Zobo. I got Zobo drink for $5. The last time I went to that store, I got one. That was on Tuesday. I'll be on Thursday. I finished it that night. When I went, I saw another one. This is a different. Oh, this is a different product, Sha. But let me see if I will know how it tastes and know if it's good. But this is $5. And then I got shortbread. The shortbread, I got it for $4.99. So everything I spent in one store is $99.99. Call it $100, Abi. But say I carry this $100 enter Walmart or enter Canadian superstore, I for buy 2 bags full. But that aside, then let's go to the next store. So I got 3 loaves of bread. Each loaf is $3.50. 3 loaves, $10.50. But I buy Oyibo bread. No, the bread is the same thing, if I'm being honest. The bread is the same thing. But if you're in Ontario, I don't know if this bread is another province, but if you're in Ontario, try this bread out. If you're looking for bread that feels like better Nigerian agege bread, find this bread. They have slides and on slides. You will thank me later. See it. Let me show you the name. It's Cedar Tree. I don't know if it's focusing. I hope it is, sha. They did not pay me for advert though. Whoever has this bread, when you see me, run me my check. Yeah. This 3 for $10.50. And then I got unripe plantain chips. This one is just $2.99. So I got this for $5.98. And then now here, now my money finish. We went to buy beans. See, anybody that, if you know you love me, you're coming from Nigeria, you want to make me very happy, buy me beans and fish. Beans and fish, I will love you. This beans is, how many kgs is it? This is 8 pounds. This 8 pounds. Oh, these other guys are cheaper. Oh, I would have bought from them. Those guys, they are selling 10 pounds for $38. This is 8 pounds. This 8 pounds is $35.99. Let's just call it $36. Those other guys are cheaper. This is honey beans, by the way, 8 pounds. And then I got oloyin. I got 4 pounds. Can you guys hear me? My mic fell. I got 4 pounds of oloyin for $19.99. Let's just call it £20. So see my table. My table is not even full. Let me remove all the things that do not belong to this table. Just these things here. $173. God, I beg go. Let me put it back. Yeah. So that's it. So I'm going to, the way I store my beans, I'm going to put this one in the freezer. Even in Nigeria, that's how I used to store my beans. It prevents weevils. I don't even know how I learned it. There was one time they said put pepper inside. I tried to put pepper, it did not work for me. So I now start using freezer. So yeah, that's it. So while the major work I'm doing here, I'm not even going to lie, it's just to pack this meat into a ziploc, into different ziplocs, and then store. I'll be doing that one while I'm just telling you guys all the horrible things that people said to us. Hold on. Let me wash my hand so I can pack my meat.
Palm trees swaying with the ocean as my guide. Top down riding.
And I don't like to store things in the freezer in the bags that they like. This bag I used to buy them in the store. If it makes any sense, I like to just move them to my own bag and then store. I don't know why. So I'm pouring the beans out, but I'm pouring the beans out. The only thing now is I have to know which is which to know that when I want to cook it. I know one is good for moi moi, one is sweeter for like moi moi, akara, those things. The other one is sweeter for beans. I will read it up to know which one, either honey beans or oloyi. But sure, I have the two. My only prayer is I should not mix them up when I'm. My only prayer is I should not mix them up when I want to use one for the other one. I know the oloyi is brown, is more brown. The color is more brown than. I mean the color is deeper, like deeper brown than the honey beans. Okay. So some of the things that we heard was right after, like I said initially, when getting pressure from like family, friends, and all of that, like outright pressure. I don't know how to explain it, but we're just getting like side talk, and they weren't like hurtful. To an, I don't know if I'm just trying to be as diplomatic as possible or to just say it wasn't like there was any direct pressure, especially for someone like me, because maybe if they had come to me, I would have said, "Oh no, no, no," and I doubt that anybody would have gone to my husband to say anything really, because it's not him. They said that kind of things. But some of the things that people said to us, I'm not going to call any names, of course, but we heard things like, I think it was maybe 2 months after we did our white wedding, someone said, we're talking about something casually, and then the person touched my stomach and said, "Ah, hurry up, oh, we are waiting." And me, I said, "Waiting for what?" Say, we are waiting now for children. Me, I just told the person straight up, like, that was the first to me, straight up. Me, I just told the person, like, don't you ever, like, in your life, in this one and the next, don't you ever try this rubbish with me again, ever, ever, to avoid fights. I'm just going to take this one as you had no idea. Do you get? People, they learn every day. So this is your learning curve. Don't try it with me ever again. Or is it when, like in the office, then maybe I'm having like cramps, I'm not feeling well, I'm sick for one reason, one thing or the other. And then you will hear, it's good sickness. Don't drink medicine. No, it's good sickness. What in the name of sickness is a good sickness? And another one that we heard was, just do this thing sharp, sharp now. You know, they waste time. It's raining heavily. Oh. Like today was seriously hot, and now it's raining cat and dogs. On that one that people said to us, like the other one they said to us in like passively, I guess. Like I just do this thing sharp, sharp, waiting day there. Just born, may no say you don't born finish. This thing I'm telling you, we're like 3 years into our marriage. First of all, you don't know whether we were planning on having children at that time or not, or if we're going through any sort of issue. But you're opening your mouth, you just open your mouth, wow, and whatever came out of it, you said it. Because really, how would you be telling me, they waste time? Again, I don't blame people because maybe they don't know. But if the people that said these things to me, if people ever see this video, or maybe people might not even see this video, but sure, you that is watching this video, there's some things you don't say to people that are to people generally, because it's really not your business. One, and two, you don't know what people are going through. Especially when it comes to things like fertility and like, especially no, not fertility, especially when it comes to things that you don't necessarily have control, 100% control over, right? You don't just say some things to people. I remember also in my okay. I remember also, if I say where it is, they can code it. I also remember when someone said to me one time that well no, said not to me directly, but I caught myself. Like now picking they fine now. Just come meet me sharp sharp. Once I just do and once you go enter. Are you a mad person? Like this the weed that you smoke, did they make it in your father's backyard? Or I don't get it. Like, where do you buy your audacity from? Sometimes I wonder whether it's from Temu or from Shin. Except that then I didn't know about Temu and Shin. So I didn't know where they used to buy their own audacity from. Because it was crazy. So now let's pack this meat away. Another one that we heard. Okay, no, this one now. So let me see, which other one did we hear? Just regular. I remember one time. Hey God. I remember one time someone called me. I remember one time it was a celebration. I remember one time it was like a celebration where somewhere where they were celebrating and they were celebrating women. And then someone comes to me to say, "Oh, he wants to talk to me outside." Like I should excuse the person. So I excused the person and then I went outside. Only for the person to be telling me about how he wants to advise me about childbearing, no childbearing, that if I'm open, they can come to me and pray with me about. Basically, this person was just spitting trash. And unfortunately for this person came to meet me. This person's own happened right after we had right after we had miscarried, like after the IVF that we miscarried. So I'm just looking at this person like, wow, God must really be dwelling only in your household. That is until you pray for me. There's until you pray for me that I'm going to have a child. Because what was that? And then when we I remember the hospital. You guys remember IVF hospital, right? Aha. That IVF hospital. I remember that night that we went in on the like when I noticed that something was wrong, I was in pain and all of that, and then we went in. I remember the doctor on call, the particular doctor on call. I told you that the owner of IVF hospital was not around that day. So the owner on call, when they call, like when he came down to meet us, when they had put us in a room or something, he was like, now why am I crying? Like why is this? Is it painful? Why am I crying like that? Hospital doctor, this I'm telling you about is a doctor. Or was it when we had left the hospital and then we came back for like a checkup and all, just to see a scan to see how I was doing and all of that. And then one of the nurses said to me that no, this same doctor, not the nurse, this same doctor said, uh-uh, that I should just, I should brace up. That after all, it's even possible that the pregnancy would have been a chemical pregnancy. Why am I crying? Some Nigerians are not okay. Someone else told me uh-uh, that miscarriage is not a new thing now. You know, you're not the first and you won't be the last. Sometimes when I think about those 5 years of everything, I am happy with, like, I'm very grateful for the kind of, for some of the people in, I'm grateful for majority of the people that we had around us that didn't even talk to us about this kind of things, like it was nothing to them. Some people just like, moved on. It wasn't a topic. They didn't bring it up if we weren't going to talk about it with them and all of that. But I also saw how, is the right word insensitive, or how uneducated or unaware of people's feelings that people are. Does that even make sense? Like I literally realized how most people were unaware of the right things to say, unaware of how people were dealing with stuff, or just not intelligent enough to know how to approach things. Does that make sense? Like sensitive topics. Does that make sense? Yeah. Some other person said, if it's shape you are looking for, when you finish giving birth, you still get the shape back. I don't know what you're using your body to do. This thing I'm telling you was like 2 years into our marriage. We sure heard all sorts. And then I also remember someone talking to me after um after the miscarriage and all. Person is like, listen to me, don't put any pressure on yourself. Like, don't let anything, people, side talk, don't let it get to you. When you're ready, heal. Just move on with your life. When you're ready, things will align. Like it will happen on its own. So those are just part of the things. And then there are actually a lot more, some more that were said, but these ones, when I say them, they hit right at home. Like whosoever said it to me will catch me. And this is not even a question of not wanting to make them feel bad, but it feels like it's going to reveal the identity of who they are. And my loved ones might be so upset. So I don't want to create that kind of bad vibes, you know. But really and truly, there are some things you don't say to people. If you don't have any nice thing to say, just shut it. It doesn't, like, I think there's this thing that they say that a fool is considered wise when his mouth is shut. It's until somebody opens their mouth to talk that you know whether they have anything, that they are, whether they're an empty barrel or they speak quality, basically. Yeah, so basically, it's when somebody opens their mouth that you know whether they are an empty barrel or quality wine or quality barrel, something like that. So, yep. Or is it the one that's in my that was telling? I think someone said it to my husband to say whether which one are they wait for? Now your wait no, was it which one are they wait for? Now you they wait, I mean now your wife they wait. Something see when you see a man and a woman that are married, they don't have children yet, until they come to you and say, ah, brother, brother Josiah, brother, whatever. We're having difficulties having children, or we want children. Keep your mouth like this, as in zip it, put super glue, because you don't know what those people are going through. You might just be pushing them further into depression, into sorrow, into sadness, where you think you are helping. Meanwhile, what you are saying is just rubbish. Or is it the one that told me it will hit close to home? I beg. Okay, guys, I finished sharing my meat. So at least I have meat for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 6 dishes, delicacies. So it could be soup, stew, whatever it is. And then because the meats are in chunks, let me show you people. Like something like this. Now I can cut this into 2 or into 3. See this size. So when you get a bag, you can actually use it twice, depends on the quantity. If I'm cooking like something I'm going to store, then I can just use a bag. If maybe I'm just doing like a one-time dish, maybe I'll just take out of it. So this is it. To be honest, when I buy from the other store, the one downtown, I get at least 7 bags, at least. But this one, this is the first time I'm buying from them, and I got 6 bags. So I think I'm going to try them one more time and then decide whether we stick with them or go to the other place. But thinking about it, time is money. Going to the other place takes us about an hour going, an hour coming back. That's 2 hours. If I'm charging for my time, I know how much that is. But whereas this one is just next to me, it takes me like to and fro is less than 30 minutes. So if I consider all of that, I might just decide to stick with these people. So yeah, what do you think? Is this my meat? Is it cheap for $90? And this my beans. What do you guys think of the price? Basically, when you go to African store, you spend so much money. That's just the moral of the story. My employer call it. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Please like, please share, please comment. Tell me what you think about the things I bought, and also what you think about the comments. Plus, any jaga jaga comments that somebody has said to someone that is TTCing around you, trying to conceive around you. Someone said that these abbreviations, people don't really know what it is. TTC means trying to conceive. Someone said, like, if you know of anything, any rubbish yarns that they've told people that are TTCing around you, just put it in the comment section. Let's know. And then you can share this video if you would like to. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe as well and all of the good stuff. In our next one, I will be telling you guys about the journey here in Canada, being on the basically getting a doctor, seeing a fertility specialist, and all of that. How we thought it was going to be easier, quote and unquote. We thought it would be more expensive, yeah, but easier to access quality care. You get. We'll talk about that in the next series. Thank you guys. I love you and I want you to know that Jesus loves you even more. I can't blow you my kiss now because meat don't touch my hand. Bye. Hola. You like my that's true. I didn't talk about my hair. You guys like my hair?
Palm trees swaying with the ocean as my guide.
So yeah, thank you guys for
Top down
so yeah,
riding,
thank you
let
guys
the
so much
West
for
Coast
watching
vibes
up